Thanks, Michelle. Let's try this again. I seem to have this little problem. My microphone likes to mute itself, and I don't usually notice. So let's try this again. Welcome, Magic Tribe. I thank you, as always, for joining me here in this space. We're going to start things off as we usually do with our card pull from the Urban Crow Oracle, and then we are going to discuss different ways we can raise our vibrational frequency and become more active participants in this consciousness shift. And I'm going to share a couple of our upcoming changes that we're going to be making, just because, as you all know, I've been having some health problems myself. And so this is kind of just part of that. Hello, Shannon, Michelle, and Genevieve. Welcome as always. So let's get into our card pull for today. If you can remember, synchronicities everywhere. Last time we pulled the teamwork card, one of my personal favorites out of this deck. It was because we all know that teamwork makes the dream work, right? And having a good tribe behind you always make things a lot more enjoyable when we're having to do them, right? So let's see how we have progressed from that. And again, I apologize for the audio. I'll try to make a note in there, or maybe somebody can make a note in the comments where the audio actually started. Thankfully, I didn't get too far into it. Hey, that way. All right, what is our card today? There it is. Right? Ooh, we get the fear card today. This is an 18, a 9. So this is that momentary moment of fear right before things really, really shift, right? They say that most people stop doing things right before the actual manifestation occurs. And I have to agree with that. I know I've done that a few times myself. So let's see. Amen to that, Genevieve. Let's see what this fear card is telling us today. But we all know that fear is false evidence appearing real, right? That's my favorite saying about fear. Ooh, this one's a little bit longer today. Let's pop that back up. I love the scarecrow on this. Okay, so MJ says, have you seen crows hanging around a scarecrow? I'm sure they were once afraid of it, but over time, with knowledge, that fear disappeared. Are there old beliefs passed down from generation to generation that hold you back out of fear? Fear asks that you examine your beliefs. Are they in sync with reality? Are your decisions and actions based on old information that no longer holds relevance today? Sure, fear can save us from making painful or costly mistakes. However, if given too much power, fear also creates inaction and stagnation. Fear prevents our creative mind from exploring all possible solutions to our problems. When this card appears, you may consider looking inward and checking in to see where you are allowing fear to limit your potential. As the saying goes, fortune favors the brave. Just as the crow on the card reaps the benefits of a field of untapped potential as the fearful crows hold back, you too have an opportunity where fear keeps others at bay. For you, the fearless, all you need to do is swoop in and seize the moment. Oh, amen to that. I freaking love that. And on top of the waterproof card that we got recently, too, that really is bringing home that whole fake it till you make it thing, right? because part of our whole retraining process and jumping out of these societal strictures and generational traumas and things like that is creating healthy new habits, which totally leads right into what we were discussing today, right? About raising our vibration. So, what are your favorite tools in order to do that? I saw a few already: nature, dancing, all great, great things. But what I didn't see was food. As you all know, that's one of my favorite things. It's part of the reason I'm in the situation I am now. Because, well, our standard American diet is sad for a reason. We're pumping our bodies full of toxins and poisons and things outlawed in other countries all the time. And we think nothing of it just because it's become a habit. Well, for the next 21 days, I'm going to be creating some new habits. And I kind of got this inspiration from this book, which I'm going to show you. It's called Make Food Simple by Dr. Livingood. He also has a YouTube channel. I haven't watched any of his YouTube channels, but I loved the ideas behind this book because it's just confirming a lot of things that I have already come to find in my own research on things about the things that we're putting in our body. And he has this really awesome statement in here that's made right in the very beginning about the things that are the best to eat are the things that, well, God made, right? So if God made it, it's okay to eat it. And I love cake too. And I had a sourdough experiment phase right when the whole quarantine thing started, and I ate a lot of bread and I shouldn't have done it. And I knew better, and I did it anyway. And now here I am. So I'm also going to be doing the anti-inflammatory version of this diet just because I have a lot of joint inflammation and muscle triggering that's going on right now that is extremely painful and makes my life very, very difficult, especially considering I spend half of my day in a commercial kitchen that is very fast paced and due to the heat currently in the South right now, about 120 degrees every day. Yay me. But it causes extreme swelling in my body. So I'm having to change a lot of things. So I found this book, and it really is just confirming a lot of the things that I already knew um, about adding back in healthy fats, cutting sugar, uh, and basically sticking to as much of a whole food diet as possible. Also, any meat that we eat, although we started doing this a long time ago when we started eating meat again, was we get all of our stuff grass fed and pasture raised. So yes, because we do not have health care in the United States, we have sick care. And there's not a lot going on about teaching people how to circumvent needing that sick care by leading a healthier lifestyle. And that includes things like meditation and good social interactions with people who are of like mind, living a less stressful existence, and basically keeping it a lot more simple than our consumer driven society would like us to. So, I got his 21-day guide. So for the next 21 days, that is going to be my little workbook. I may do videos on the side about that, but I'm still not quite sure. I don't know. Yeah, we're probably gonna. It is a lot like the carnivore, keto, all that diet. It just doesn't allow a lot of the extra frivolous things that the regular keto does. So basically, if it has an ingredient label, I'm not eating it, kind of thing. So we're going to see how that is. I have an appointment with my doctor tomorrow where I'm actually going to have them run some blood work just because I want to get an eye on what my vitamin levels look like and see where I need to adjust things supplement wise. And then after the 21 days, I'm going to have her do my blood work again, and we're going to see where we are at. Yeah. And I think, yes, I already take turmeric for inflammation. The problem is none of that stuff is really helping. So I need to get a handle on some deeper issues, which is part of the reason why I'm going in to see the doctor. I have this recurring ear infection that keeps happening, and it's not extremely painful, but it is creating a lot of havoc with my white blood cell count, which is creating a lot of extra pain. Oh, believe me, I get more than enough sunshine here, babe. And yes, I do take a vitamin D with a K supplement. For those of you who are, I do take colloidal silver. I also take a fulvic mineral supplement and a few other things too. And probiotics, tons of probiotics. Yeah, it's weird. It just popped up again. I last time I had it for like 6 weeks and it was super annoying. Yeah, my ear, it has fluid in it and it won't come out. So I actually think it might be a lymph node problem and not an inflammation problem. Yeah, I try not to take antibiotics if at all possible because they kill my gut health wicked bad. And that's part of the reason why I'm in um, the current state I'm in. After I went through a 30-day treatment on doxycycline, I started packing on weight like there was no tomorrow. Like there were some days where I gained 5 to 7 pounds, and a lot of it is it's just fluid retention. And I, short of taking a ton of diuretics, um, not a whole lot has really been helping. Yeah, see, if you don't get sick, you don't need sick care. My problem is I went from a super strict vegan diet to a very, very sad Southern diet, and it definitely has not helped me in any way. Hey, Angel, I love you. Give the kids hugs for me. Um, so I'll probably get into this a whole lot more as we go on. I'm going to try and do at least a short video every day and update as far as this goes, just in case somebody else wants to do it too. I did this before too as well. If you are interested in following this with me, though, I can give you the information. If you want to shoot me an email or a message on Facebook or Instagram or wherever else you follow me. Or you could just comment too, and I can comment back to you on here. Right? And isn't it funny that our card today was Scarecrow? Love you that way. But yeah, so we're going to try this out. Like I said, this is just kind of confirming what I had already decided on my own. But this gives a format if you guys want to follow along too. As a chef, I'm probably going to dick around with this quite a bit just because this is pretty simplistic. And they have 3 toddlers, so I don't have that problem anymore. We're all really big kids here now. Yeah, that's the idea. So, what is your guys' favorite tool in your tool basket right now? And if you are working on something, what is it? Right? It should be really simple. It's just getting a handle on my need to cater to everybody's personal tastes. But honestly, we're all having kind of a lot of dietary issues at the moment, including my son, who's the pickiest one of all. He's developed a little bit of a stomach ulcer, we think. So I'm going to treat him with some food, and he's actually been in so much pain. He's actually following my advice for once. Amen to that, Michelle. That's what we're always doing. But yeah, I actually, this is a really quick read, and it gives a lot of really good advice. It has a ton of recipes in it for those who are not a chef. Uh, but so I might pop in some of my own recipes as well. Maybe I'll turn it into a little bit of a challenge myself. Who knows? Aw, I love your soul, Shannon. Although I do love your smile. I have seen your pictures. Yeah, it's been pretty intense. I mean, we just got him kind of rehabbed from COVID. He lost a ton of weight in the first wave of all this before we even moved to Louisiana. Actually, he was really, really sick for about 10 or 11 days until I finally got him to take some elderberry syrup, and that kicked it right in the butt real quick. Um, right at the moment, he's dealing with a lot of anxiety because he's trying really hard to get this job at the sheriff's department, and he's having to play the waiting game now after going through a very rigorous hiring uh, or interviewing process. And so I think that has lot to do with it too. But he was also eating this super spicy noodles from Korea, and oh my goodness, I think he totally wrecked his stomach gut health. So we're gonna try and get him back on track. But other than that, he's doing really good, and he's gained quite a bit of weight back. He went from 120 pounds, now he's up to 140 pounds. So I consider that a huge breakthrough as far as that goes, because he's a really hard kid to get weight on. Yes, it will. It always is. Plus, he's a Pisces like Angel. But yeah, as far as mine goes, I am going to have to go do a nuclear stress test August 3rd, which I'm really not looking forward to. Nobody wants to get a bunch of radioactive dye injected into their veins, but it'll give a really accurate picture of what my heart looks like. So far, most of my testing has come back okay, but there are some weird abnormalities they're having a hard time pinning down. Um, so yeah, we're a big fat water trine in my house. I'm a Scorpio. My husband is a Cancer, and our son is a Pisces. So we are bucket loads of watery fun here. So I'm a little bit worried about that test just because I react badly to synthetic things, hence the inflammation and the fact that I need to get a handle on what it is I'm putting into my body and stop pouring diesel into an unleaded engine. Yes, I have done and yes, water does cleanse. We have broken a lot of generational trauma through our little triad. I'm going to do my best. I've been doing really well so far, so we'll see how it goes. Honestly, I think a lot of it is just inflammation, and if I can get a handle on the inflammation, uh, all things will right themselves, which starts with me not dumping poisons into my body. So we'll see. It's hard though in my line of work because most restaurants run nothing but standard American diet foods through them. So I'm constantly having to avoid the pitfalls of that. Plus, with teenagers, that's all they want to eat is junk food. So it's always around, and I need to just work on my willpower. Yeah, I thought you had said that before, Shannon. All right. Where did I put it? I must have put it back. All right, let's get a soul truth card, and then we will close out this happy family reunion. Although I am glad I was able to actually get on here because I had to redo the stream like 4 times. It kept telling me that my stream could not be created. I was getting pretty pissed. Yes, exactly. A lot of it's boredom, or I start scrolling on Instagram and see recipes that I just have to create, and then I do, and then I eat it, and it's all things I should not. So I'm gonna have to go through my Instagram and Facebook feed and go back to looking at, I don't know, raw vegan treats or something. There it is. Nice. Ooh, I like this one. It kind of goes along with what we're talking about. Does your life have room for more pleasure and play? And the answer to that question is, of course it fucking does. But in what area are you lacking pleasure right now, my friends? Maybe in certain relationships or with work? Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of yourself? Yes. So, your soul action is, what would happen if you added more play and laughter into your life? What area is lacking this right now? And then I want you to take the time to play. Let go of any need to produce anything at all. Because you know what? You're not a human doing, you are a human being. So remember to be human and find a little pleasure and playfulness in everything you do. Yes, I will definitely do that. There's going to be a lot of recipe creation in my near future, which is fine because honestly, I love nothing more than to create something out of nothing. My husband says I am absolutely the queen at turning the most random things into something completely scrumptious. Earlier, I made tuna melts, but instead of using regular canned tuna, because I'm not really a fan, I cut ahi steaks in half, and oh my god, it was great. Add a little bit of uh, raw white cheddar cheese and some ghee to brown the bread in, and then throw in some thinly sliced tomatoes afterwards. Delicious. They were fucking fantastic. In fact, I might mention them to my boss at work because tuna is something that we go through a lot of at work, and he loves grilled cheese. I use Dave's Killer Bread. That's my favorite. I prefer the sprouted varieties because there's more nutritional value in it, but their regular organic white bread is pretty good too. Yes, ma'am. Well, isn't your husband a chef too? And your oldest son? And I know Genevieve was at some point too as well. Well, we're just a bunch of foodies around here, so who knows? Maybe my make food simple journey might turn into a thing. And I mean, what better thing to bring to the hearth's edge? Oh, Angel used to be a cook too. Ex-husband. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Give me just a second. I'm going to find my cup. But yeah, so I will reference this in the description, or you can just go check out his stuff over on Facebook. If you have a hard time creating things or want something with a good meal plan and shopping lists and all the whole 9 yards, this is a good book as far as that goes. And it's very, very simple. Most things are very few ingredients. Um, but I'm going to see how I can jazz it up a little bit. Well, that's what we're kind of doing. That's the whole reason we bought our 15 acres is because we're going to create a retreat center, um, where I'm going to do classes and things like that about uh, seasonal foods and processing your own stuff, and all that is good in a simple life. Yes. Plus, it's a epically awesome, very technology free environment. We'll have a new video when we get back from our trip in August, the end of August. We're going up for 11 days. I'm super excited. I'm hoping that we're actually going to clear ground this time. Yes, it is exactly how we're meant to be. And we complicated it up with our consumer driven society. And if we all just kind of kept that energetics back, we would all be a lot better off. Yes, 11 is a magic number, one of my favorite. It is the month I was born in. Bet you 20 bucks it's not a skunk. All right, my loves, that's going to be it for tonight. We're almost at 30 minutes for today, but I want to congratulate you all on the progress that you have made, and let you all know I have complete and utter faith you will reach each and every one of all of your awesome goals. And thank you for joining me in my journey here. Remember that favor follows you wherever you go, as does my love. Be good. Be good at it. And I'll see you all again tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. Maybe it is actually a stunk then. Either way. Love y'all. Bye now.